welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be drawing some art for the locations in my story. There are a couple different locations I wanted to do, starting with a bakery. The bakery is one of the first major locations outside of the place where they show up, which is basically just a forest. Josh and Sam go to the bakery to get a job and try to get information about what's going on. This is where they meet David and his elderly mother. I wanted to draw it exactly the way I imagined it. Buckets of water, bags of flour and salt, tables for making the bread. The only thing that I wish I would have drawn is the oven, maybe the storefront too, but there's a lot of art I wanted to do, so I didn't get around to doing it. So I kept it loose, just blocked in the colors and put some bread on the table and a bowl for rising the dough. I wanted it to look like it's currently being used, so yeah. And then I was done. The next location is in the same village, and it's Missy's bar. This is where Christy and Lydia get hired. They just kind of walk in. Christy has I forget the word. She's got experience bartending, so they figure this would be a good spot to get a quick job. They do get hired, and yeah, Missy wasn't supposed to be a big character, but I think she needs to come back. The way I wrote her was pretty cool, and I definitely want to bring her back at some point. I used a technique on both of these drawings that I found somewhere. I can't remember where. It was a really long time ago. Basically, you draw out the layout, and then you use the transform tool to get into perspective, then draw it more 3D. It's kind of hard to explain. So yeah, that's how I drew each of these. I think it would work. I think I need to work on my perspective a little more. I think it would look better if I did that. But it gets the idea across, and that's kind of the whole idea. So I drew the menu, some tables, a sink, bar, and some shelving for the alcohol. I then drew the outside of the building and then colored in the drawing, and then I was done with that one. The next location I decided to draw was the cave. My first thought was to draw the mountains and actually get an idea of what it looked like around it, but I wasn't sure how to go about that, so I just decided to draw the actual cave. It was a lot harder than I anticipated it doing. I did a pretty rough sketch and then did another sketchy outline before painting it. I used grays to color the rock. Normally I'd put in some brown rocks and stuff, but it was pretty high up in the mountains, so I wanted to have cool grays to make it feel colder. So yeah, I'm kind of wish I'd put some snow down to add to the cool feeling, but yeah. It took me a little bit to get it all right. It was a little bit difficult to try to convey the shape of the rocks, but I just trusted the process and kept adding shadows and highlights until it looked right. I also drew a little person for scale. This is the opening of the main cave system that's used, but there are many different openings that they can go into. So yeah, that's the cave. The next one, I can't tell you too much about it due to the plot relevance, so yeah. But basically it's a burned Imperial Army camp, and I'm just gonna let it play a little bit because I don't have too much to say about it, so Yeah, I think this one was probably my least favorite of the bunch, but it, like the others, it gets the idea across of what I wanted it to look like. So, you know, it does its job. There were a couple other ones I wanted to do, but that's all I really had time to do this week. So, yeah, let me know what you think of these drawings down below, and yeah, have a good day.